My name is Paul Brumhead.
And why are we here today?
Because I have cancer, or had cancer. Do we want to go all the way back to the original diagnosis? My original diagnosis was in 2013. I had a mole, the size of the tip of my finger, on my shoulder. She kept telling me, oh, that mole's getting bigger, and I was like, yeah, whatever, man. And it was cancerous. It was stage 2A melanoma. They did surgery. After that, it was just observation. When we moved up here, I was one appointment away from having all clear when I started getting sick again. Me and my buddy went duck hunting, and I came home and was napping on the couch, and she woke me up. She's like, okay, you're going to urgent care because you sound like you have pneumonia. So we went to St. Alphonse Urgent Care here in Star. They did x-rays. We don't think you have pneumonia, but we're concerned about these spots that we see on your lungs. They did a CT scan, and it came back that I had tumors in my lungs, liver, kidneys, L4 and L5 in my spine, and my 4th, 5th, and 6th rib. The first reaction was the fact that I had to come home on my daughter's birthday and tell her that my cancer had gotten worse. That was the hardest part of the whole thing.
I was turning 19, so the day before my second semester of college, and I think a part of me fundamentally broke that day. I ended up dropping out of college because my mental health was really bad. I was a freshman in high school, and I was scared that he wouldn't be able to see me graduate high school. He wouldn't be there to walk me down the aisle when I got married. All these things just going through my mind.
My dad died of cancer, and I couldn't tell Paul that. And when I heard it was stage 4 melanoma, too young, too soon, and at the time I thought it was his death sentence, and I couldn't say any of that.
All the what ifs, this could happen or that could happen, I'm gonna lose my husband, what am I gonna do without my husband, and that kind of thing. And then we get through that and things are good for 4 years, and then he's re-diagnosed. And this time, terminal. They told him that he would be on treatment the rest of his life. They didn't know how long he would live, what quality of life he would have. So every day that we got with him was a miracle.
I remember the first day he came in with his wife. At that time, they were lost. They were devastated. He had just been told that he had metastatic malignant melanoma. He was told at the time that this was something that would end his life. So I spent a lot of time with him talking about our wonderful research institution that we have here. We do have over 150 clinical trials, and Paul fit into one of the trials perfectly. And that with malignant melanoma, standard of treatment is actually immunotherapy.
I'm not a doctor person, but I got extremely lucky by going to St. Al's because from day one, Dr. Chawla was there. He was the on-call oncologist. Within a few days, I was in at the cancer center in Caldwell to see him, discussing options and all that sort of stuff, and trying to figure out how in the world I could have cancer like this and still have blood tests that are completely clean.
He likes to say, I'm not a survivor, I'm a warrior. I really do believe that his mindset and the medicine coupled together are what did it. I truly don't think that you can just have one and not the other and have this kind of success.
You never know what the outcome's gonna be, but we know when we go through that journey, you have to take moments and enjoy time. We gave him a lot of time, and that was the key. He got to be part of a wedding, see his son graduate from military. We go hunting with his family, go fishing, spending time with friends, just experiencing life. And I think that's the key.
A side effect of the immunotherapy that I was on is inflammation in the lungs. Unfortunately, that put me in the hospital in February. They decided that it would be best if I stopped treatments at that time because there's a good potential that all I'm doing is harming my body after that. When I was in for a checkup, that was the first time he'd ever, you're actually in remission, how's that feel? And I was like, I didn't know what to say. I didn't expect to ever hear that word.
If you look at the data, 7.5-year data on this trial, we're seeing 48% of people still alive. And out of those 48%, 70+% are not even on active treatment anymore, which is a true remission. The data proves that he has a benefit of living longer. And if the cancer came back, we do have more treatment options that weren't even available 8 years ago.
He's not 100%. He has his bad days, he has his good days. But I've been seeing a lot more of his good days recently. It's nice that I can have my dad back.
It's really sad that sometimes it takes this kind of a diagnosis, that terminal diagnosis, for you to really appreciate what you have. Tomorrow's not promised, and so just spend it with the ones that you love and care about.
At the end of the day, we can't control the outcomes, but what we can control is how we approach that battle, how we bring it.